I got a really good opportunity to meet with Paul, talk with him, sat down, we started talking about farming and our love of ducks, and I could really tell that the legendary Paul and Susanne Sullivan were also extremely real with their beliefs in conservation. Their love for the ducks and their love for the geese and their love for making sure that their legacy to their children and their grandchildren continues. And so I felt very honored when they asked me to come here so that I could learn about that and I could also carry that on.
The migratory waterfowl is a passion with our family, and it's been widely supported by Ducks Unlimited, and our particular lifestyle and love of life of the outdoors has found a perfect harmony together.
Nothing attracted me like ducks and geese did, and so that has been my passion for a lot of years, and I've made it into not only my passion but also my business and the things that I encourage my family to support and do along with me. Back in 1990, I had the opportunity to buy a piece of ground. It was almost a complete section along the Snake River, and I worked a situation where I could actually buy it. It was so full of huge sand dunes and holes, and I looked at it like, well, that's just another challenge for me. And so I just went out and bought a D8 cat, and I sat on that cat for 5 years and leveled all those big sand dunes out and got it to the point where it was farmable. That was the kind of passion I had to make that piece of property into something.
Everything he does has to be compatible for wildlife. Everything he does has to be on the conservation efforts. Practice things that would be wholesome to keeping the wildlife around. I mean, he wants all the different varieties out there to his enjoyment, our enjoyment, and the support of the ecosystem to keep it alive and viable. And growing healthy crops and having this sense of achievement is very heartwarming.
Ducks Unlimited has done several major waterway reconstructions in this area, and that's allowing us to see many more ducks actually staying here where we're keeping them. There are private landowners that are also involved in those programs that are developing habitat 365 days a year for that waterfowl as well. So not only do we have the refuges here and the riverways here, but we also have private landowners just like Paul and Susanne who are developing this waterway and this migratory area to allow those ducks and geese to stay here.
It's a beautiful area to be at the confluence of the Snake and Columbia rivers and watch the water flow. And these rivers are massive rivers with water that bring health and life to the whole area.
In my younger days, hunting was all about trying to shoot a limit of ducks or geese or pheasants or whatever it was and bring the food home to my family. My son actually never ate a piece of store-bought meat until he was 8 or 9 years old. And I just prided myself in feeding my family with wild game.
I don't think there's any greater joy to see your kids want to be involved or inspire or feel that they want to be a part of what you feel is important and carry on that torch.
Ducks Unlimited has actually played a big role in our family, just part of who we are and always who we've been for many, many years. Having 10 granddaughters, our future is definitely in our kids and our grandkids. And for us to carry on with this tradition and legacy of hunting and the great outdoors and tying all this together, you know, we've got to introduce these young people and get them involved in, you know, the things that we're involved in and things that we enjoy. If we don't have people like Ducks Unlimited going in and reconstituting these wetlands, we're never going to see our populations of locally raised birds go back up like they used to be.
If there's one thing in this industry that I think is absolutely critical, and that is passing on to the next generation, not only the true art of hunting, of what we do, and the calling and the the decoying, and the things that are so important to get ducks into the area that we want to harvest them, but to keep them here.
Part of that legacy of what I'm trying to build here and leave the kids in the future, you know, are places where they can take their kids to hunt, pass on that passion of promoting ducks, promoting geese, leaving a legacy and fill the skies, you know, today, tomorrow, and forever.